Black Desert Online is an open-world action combat MMORPG made by the South Korean company Pearl Abyss. The game has over 20 million players and over 300,000 daily players. The game costs $8 USD, but they often give it out for free, so make sure you occasionally look on Steam or their website if you don't want to spend the money. This video will have 4 sections: hot topics, overall gameplay, and also the pros and cons. I will try to keep this video as short and informative as possible without overwhelming you with information. Now, as we all know, Black Desert is made by Pearl Abyss, a Korean company. Most people who hear Korean MMORPG assume pay to win and instantly disregard everything else. So I want to make a statement about the game right at the start for those who are worried about paywalls or having to spend extra money.
How'd you get that ring?
Oh, this? First, I had to defeat Tom the Goat. He then dropped the map that led to Galantis. Then I had to save the people that lived there by assassinating their corrupt king. They then rewarded me with a token of good job. After that, I used a token of good job and traded it to a level 10 blacksmith for this ring.
Hey, look at this.
How much was that?
The game is objectively pay for convenience in 2023. There may have been a time where spending money was necessary, but now the current state of the game gives you everything you normally would have had to pay for a few years back, such as pets or costumes, and pretty much whatever else is on the Pearl shop you can obtain one way or another without actually having to spend real life currency. You might also be wondering, well, how hard is it to obtain these things without spending money? The main story questline that you follow will give you 3 free pets, along with each region storyline giving you 1 pet. Logging in daily gives you loyalties, which give you the option of getting an additional pet for free out of the loyalty shop. I got 3 costumes in the last month of playing completely free. Cosmetics are not a necessity, but they are nice as they give additional set effects such as XP bonuses. Overall, everything is achievable without having to spend any actual money. In my personal experience, I've bought a tent and probably 3 cosmetics total. I've played the game since beta, and in my opinion, everything in the cash shop is for convenience. The second hot topic is, how grindy is Black Desert? Now again, there was a point in time where I'd say this game was pretty grindy, but recently this game has taken a huge turn in the right direction with gear progression and overall character progression. You can catch up to mid-game and late-game players with a newer game mechanic called Seasons. Essentially, enhancement rates, combat XP, and life skill XP have been significantly boosted while playing on the seasonal servers, while also rewarding you with items that would normally take months to get. At this point in Black Desert's lifespan, the game gives you everything you need to be able to do the things that you want at a very fast pace. The game has now become casual player friendly, and you can play as little or as much as you want while still making sizable progress. Black Desert Online has 26 different classes to choose from as of this video, ranging from Draconia, a class that uses a 2-handed sword as her main weapon and 2 glaives as her awakening. She is great for up close and personal melee combat. Or the Wusa, who conjures thunderstorms with a swallowtail fan for mid-range battle. There are classes for all playstyles, and with Black Desert's amazing action combat system, you are bound to find something that resonates with you. Each class has a main hand and an awakening weapon, which is unlocked at level 56. Both offer different skill trees, which you can swap between. If you're wondering about leveling, you can easily hit soft cap within a day of playing, which would be level 62. XP progression slows significantly after that, with no level cap at all. As for class meta, it honestly doesn't matter. I've personally played the lowest of lows and the flavor of the month classes. Unless you're trying to min-max or go for optimal efficiency, it's completely fine to play whatever feels good to you. Since this game allows you to do anything at any time you want, it might feel a bit overwhelming. so I'd suggest choosing something to work towards and not tackling everything all at once. That being said, there is no right or wrong way to play, since there is no specific endgame route such as raiding in other games like World of Warcraft or Final Fantasy XIV. There is no rush, and catch-up mechanics are there to help you progress at a good rate. I started playing the game more back in 2017 when I had found out about world bosses. Players from all across the world would come together and slay these elite level monsters that randomly spawn throughout the day. These bosses drop insane loot, and getting an item always feels good. Black Desert is mainly known for being a PvP MMO. It has open world PvP where you can be attacked anywhere at any time by players over the level of 49. Some people don't like that, which is fine. If you are a new player, you will be able to access servers where open world PvP is toggled off. And for those of you who want to play on other servers but are worried about being killed by other players, there is a karma system in place to stop players with higher gear from repeat killing noobs, as killing players with lower gear than you results in your character being labeled as a bandit. Being a bandit has a lot of cons, such as your gear degrading, crystals breaking, losing XP every time you die, and being killable in safe zones. Most recently, Pearl Abyss have added a new game mode called Arena of Solaire, which allows players to wear equalized gear in a 3v3 casual or ranked PvP arena with rewards for playing. This way you don't have to worry about getting high leveled gear to actually participate in PvP. If you aren't into PvP and you're on the other side of the spectrum and you enjoy things like life skilling, BDO has one of the best skilling systems in any MMORPG that I've played. I would make the comparison of it being very similar to RuneScape, where skilling feels rewarding and there is a reason for doing it. To name a few skills, BDO has fishing, hunting, cooking, alchemy, gathering, and farming. These are pretty self-explanatory. Personally, my favorite one is fishing because there are a lot of events revolving around catching fish that have a good payout rate when selling them. There is a whole in-depth system that revolves around workers gathering materials for you and crafting things, but that would require its entirely own video. The single pro to Black Desert Online would be the women. Just kidding. Black Desert has no loading times since the world is completely open. You can go anywhere at any time without having to load into an instance. For example, player housing is seamless. You can walk straight into your friend's house without loading into it. Another cool feature that Black Desert has is real-time weather conditions with day and night cycles. At nighttime, the monsters are buffed, while also giving a drop rate buff until the morning time. Character customization has to be one of the biggest selling points of Black Desert. You could get stuck in character creation for hours messing around with options. It has some of the best graphics any MMORPG has to offer with its new HD remastered reboot, along with the fluid action combat system that makes PvP and PvE a lot of fun. Pearl Abyss has daily, weekly, and monthly events that give it a lot of free stuff, and opportunities to make a lot of silver as well. There is no fast travel, so you have to ride a horse around to get across the world, but that also makes the game extremely immersive. You feel like you are part of the world with all the NPCs walking around and occupying the roads and cities. If you like playing by yourself, this game can be played completely solo without having to rely on others or party finders. Since it is a Korean MMO, it can be a bit overwhelming as a new player, and it may seem a bit difficult to get invested in at first. Even though the graphics are amazing, most low-end PCs cannot run this game unless you really tweak the optimization. A major con about Black Desert is gear progression and regression.
Jazz Blackspear, I want this shit. I want this shit 30. I want this shit 30 stacks. I want this shit 30 stacks right now. Let's go. Let's go. 30 fucking stacks, baby. Yeah, just like that, baby. Woo! Hell yeah! Get that shit! Get that shit! Get that shit! Get that! Oh! Oh!
In this game, moving forward also means moving backwards. What do I mean by that? Well, to quickly summarize, when upgrading your gear to a certain level, it has a chance of degrading and going backwards. At this point, getting the soft cap isn't hard, but if RNG isn't on your side, there's still a possibility that things that are normally easy could potentially still be hard. Not to mention, for some items, failing an enhancement also means losing the item entirely.
Oh, unlucky.
For those of you who don't like gambling, this might be a major turnoff for you. Another con for most people is there's a cash shop. Most people don't like microtransactions, so I'm putting it on the cons list, but in no way is it actually a necessity to use. There is no actual endgame content or raiding in Black Desert. Personally, I liked working towards things like Savage or Ultimate Raids in FF14, which is unfortunately completely non-existent in BDO. This game severely lacks a defined endgame other than continuing your gear progression. There also isn't much group content, and most group content that exists is mid to late game anyways. Classes are unfortunately gender locked. This is typically my biggest complaint with MMOs. However, usually have male and female counterparts. Some examples of that would be Warrior and Valkyrie, Striker and Mystic, or Witch and Wizard. It isn't a make or break, but it's definitely a con. So after all this, you're still wondering if Black Desert is a game that you want to play. Well, if you enjoy raiding and group PVM content, but also dislike RNG or gambling aspects in MMORPGs, then this game is most likely not for you. However, if you enjoy rare drop chances and niche player achievements, some of the best action combat PvP known to any MMO, or maybe you simply want to enjoy a relaxed life skilling playthrough that leads to an entire trade empire making you billions of silver, then this game is for you. If you have any questions about the game or things mentioned in the video, leave a comment and I will reply. If you want to personally ask me them, feel free to join my Discord in the description. If this video has been informative or helped you in any way, please leave a like. I hope this helps some of you on deciding whether or not you want to play Black Desert. Thanks for watching.